Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Foxborough Varsity baseball field for today's game between the Foxborough Warriors with a record of 8-6 and the Canton Bulldogs with a record of 3-9. Foxborough's coming off a big win yesterday, which would be May 11th, against the King Philip Warriors to the tune of 11-4. Played over in Norfolk yesterday, and every game going in, Kenny is now critical.
Yep, this is where you have to play your better ball right here, Frank. You'd like to get on a roll right here going into, the last, I don't know how many more games we have left.
Well, I think after this one we have 5.
Okay.
I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me, Kenny?
No, I can't.
Okay. I'm not sure what you did before, Kenny, to get this going, but maybe I'm... All right, on the mound today is Ross Shaffoon, and we're ready for the first pitch. Little inside, ball 1. There's a fly ball to right field. Nice play by Tim Taney. Wind seemed to blow that one right to the line.
Yeah, it took him away from Timmy.
Yep. Nice play, 1 down. I'm not sure why you can't hear me, Kenny, but...
Okay, now the bat is White, your second baseman.
Swung on and missed for strike 1.
Maybe we'll get a little key from Mike whether he can hear you in the truck or not.
Shaffoon working quickly. Hits the dirt, 1-1. Mike, can you pick me up in that truck? Little outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. There's a ground ball into right field for a base hit. Well, Canton's got the first runner aboard.
This is Lyons right here. He's playing first base.
Little high. For those who follow the Foxborough baseball program, Greg Lyons pitched a great game against us over in Canton. He's probably the premier pitcher in the league. Takes low for ball 2. And he's also a terrific hitter. He's headed for UMass Amherst in the fall. White leads off first. There's a pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 down. Top of the first inning. Here's going to see a cannon right here, Kenny. Oh, a little off. Line drive by Lyons to center fielder Phil Giardino, and we've talked about Phil's arm before. I think the wind took that just a little bit and allowed White to get back.
Yeah, because he had plenty of time. The runner was almost on second base.
That's right. Well, 2 outs, and that's a big out.
This is Chris Bell right here. He's your third baseman.
Shaffoon to Sullivan. Checking White back. Curve a little low. 1 ball, no strikes. White leads.
Good pick by Matty out of the dirt on there.
Yep. There's a strike right down the middle. 2 balls, 1 strike on Bell. 2 outs. White leads off first. Swung on. Morshed's ball, his throw sailed into center field. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the hitter. There's a ground ball to Brendan Greeley. Picked up to Sullivan. 3 outs. Have a little bit of a mechanical difficulty here. Okay, the score at 1/2 inning. Canton nothing, Foxborough coming to the plate. And here's the lineup for the Foxborough Warriors. Leading off, pitching is Ross Jaffoon. Batting second in the order, Phil Giardino. Third, Ryan Morshed. Brother Matt is batting cleanup. Timmy Cheney's playing right field, made the nice catch. Top of the first. Ricky Carchitti's playing left. Brendan Greeley's at shortstop. Tom Fitzmaurice is at third, and Tommy Cheney is batting ninth, playing second base. Sean Sullivan is playing first base, but he's not hitting today. You still can't hear me, Ken, right?
No, I can't. No.
Yeah. Well, as long as maybe a few people out there can.
Yeah, you're
hear
talking loud enough.
We'll be all right. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Well, coming to the plate is the pitcher, Ross Jaffoon. And the ball is way outside. And who's pitching, Kenny, for Canton?
Right here. We got Tina Samoila.
Smoiler?
Smoiler. Yeah.
Fouled off by Jaffoon. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a little coincidence. We learned before the game that the pitcher is heading for Bryant University in the fall, as is the pitcher for Foxborough, Ross Jaffoon at the plate. So we have Bryant facing Bryant right here. There's a line drive into center field for a base hit. Looks like he hung a curve or hung a changeup or hung something.
I hope he's got more than that, Frank.
Yeah,
That's 2 real slow pitches, about 60 miles an hour.
I think they might be giving him a 10.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, Ross leads off with a single. And to the plate, center field, Phil Giardino. Better be careful here with a left-hander on the mound. Coming back. There's a ground ball through first base. Jaffoon takes second on his way to third. Ball seemed to go right between the first baseman's legs.
Gloves, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Frank, that's about the 4th pitch he's thrown, and I haven't seen anything over 60 miles an hour.
No, I think you're right. I think we're trying to maybe change us up a little bit. One thing you could say about Foxborough is they hit the fastball very well. Not a great curveball hitting team, but now we're going to see some change-ups maybe thrown our way here. Here's Ryan Morshed to the plate. And there's another rope. Just foul. This gentleman better pick up the speed or he might be on his way shortly.
Yeah.
Giardino leads off first, Jaffoon off third. And there's a base hit through the middle. Jaffoon's going to score. Giardino to second, Ryan Moorshed to first. Well, it's a good start for the Foxborough Warriors, Kenny, huh?
Yeah, we're on this kid already, Frank. I think our first conference is coming right here.
Yeah.
It didn't take long.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I mean, the gentleman, he's got, what, 9 guys sitting on the bench, and this is the best he could find.
Yeah. Well, and the only thing I can think of is maybe he pitched all of his best pitchers for the last couple of games. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what their situation is, and we don't get the Canton folks in the paper around here. But I know Lyons is a terrific pitcher at first base, but he must have been used already.
Yeah, I've been unfortunate. I haven't been able to see him pitch in any of the games that he's pitched against Foxborough.
Yeah. He's terrific, trust me. Got a great curveball, not an overpowering fastball, but a more than adequate fastball. Nonetheless, we're going to get a series, I think, of changeups. I think this is probably what we can expect. Maybe I'm wrong, but Matt Moorshed to the plate. Giardino off a second base and Moorshed off a first. And we're outside for ball 2. Matt hit a bomb yesterday over in Norfolk. And there's another base hit to left field by Matty. Giardino stopped at third, and the left fielder bobbled the ball. Could have easily made home. I don't know what kind of communication we had over there at third base, but it wasn't good.
We got to be more aggressive, Frank. I know it's the bottom of the first inning right here. There's a ground ball to the left field. It was playing deep. We got to run the bases here.
Absolutely, no question about it. And that seems to be, we're playing a little bit tentative baseball, I think, Kenny, and that seems to be the problem here. Well, bases loaded, and here comes Timmy Chaney to the plate. Another changeup outside. I hope I'm saying that right. I hope that he considers that a changeup, because
no. I'd be surprised if he gets any quicker. That's
okay.
That's his fastball right there.
Well, Timmy's popped up right to the pitcher. Infield fly is called, incorrectly so. And Foxborough has one out. Left fielder Ricky Carchidi is now coming to the plate. Bases loaded here in the bottom of the first inning. Matt Moorshed at first, Ryan Moorshed at second, Phil Giardino over at third. And there's another pop-up, and that appears to be in play. Wind's blowing. Oh! And Ricky got a break there. Once the ball got above the trees, it looked like it blew in a little bit on the third baseman Bell.
How many outs do we have, Frank?
Just one.
We didn't have an infield fly on that, huh?
No.
Wow.
Yep. And that's a major break. You're absolutely right. Well, Carchidi gets a life. Swung on and missed. Wherever the end of that batter's box is, their left foot should be right on it.
Yeah.
There's another line drive foul. Well,
we're just a little bit in front of the ball.
Yeah,
Frank, huh?
I think this youngster's not fooling anybody here.
No.
But I'll tell you, this is the kind of kid who can throw you off for the next game.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. Next game, you're facing a guy throwing 80 miles an hour.
Yep.
Then get your timing down.
Absolutely. Well, he got Carchidi on strikes. There's 2 outs. And up to the plate comes shortstop Brendan Greeley. Played third base yesterday. Well, Smoiler's working his way out of this. Bases loaded. In the dirt, ball 1. And there's a line drive base hit. 2 runs are going to score here. And the Warriors take a 3-0 lead. Nice job by Brendan Greeley. Line drive base hit to center field. Ryan Morshed and Phil Giardino scored. And Foxborough's up 3-0. Matt Morshed to second. To the plate, Tommy Fitzmaurice, playing third base today. There's a pop fly into center field, and that's going to be a tough play. And that's going to be a base hit. And here comes Matt Morshed. And the throw to third is dropped.
Get up.
And Greeley is safe at third. Fitzmaurice with an RBI single. It's 4-0. Tom Fitzmaurice went down to second base on the throw. So we have Greeley at third, Fitzmaurice at second, and up to the plate comes Tommy Chaney. He's the 9th batter to hit in the inning. There's a ground ball. Dropped by Bell. And Chaney is safe at first.
This is getting ugly.
Yep.
Ugly quick.
Greeley scores. And it's 5-0. Tommy Chaney to first on the error. And Ross Jaffoon comes up for his second time in the first inning. Ross singled his first time up and has scored. Ross is way ahead of that one.
We shouldn't be taking a pitch here and then steal him.
Why not?
Absolutely.
Bottom of the first inning. All the runs. We know we've lost leads before this week.
Yes.
Well, let's see if we get a couple of more runs in here. Ross's left foot is almost out of the box. There's a ground ball to short. And we finally get 3 outs. Okay. Well, Foxborough's managed to score 5 runs in the top of the first inning. That should be a decent enough lead for Ross to hold.
I should hope. He's got a decent defense behind him. I can see this getting out of hand, though, Frank, real quick.
Yeah, I think.
Continues to throw like that.
I think you're right.
And there you go. Yep, we have Donna Gooden working the concession stand. Don't be afraid to smile and wave to the camera. Yeah. That camera shot was compliments of Mr. Chaney.
Well, here we go into the top of the second inning. Foxborough 5, Canton nothing. This is the kind of game we need.
Yeah, it's almost like, you're having a practice and you're having batting practice at the same time, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at this guy, Mike
Burlingame, I think it is, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
I think. Swung on and missed, strike
that's a
one.
tough one. This is your shortstop.
Yep. I believe he was the quarterback for the football team, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken, Kenny. So we got quarterback against quarterback. Ross was the Foxborough quarterback. A little inside on that one. Ross is headed down to Bryant to play football for Marty Fine's Bryant Bulldogs. There's a strike on the outside part of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a pop in the air. Now watch the wind. The wind is going to take this in. Here comes the wind. And there goes the ball. There's an error by Fitzmaurice on the pop-up. That's a tough wind. Tough wind once it gets above the trees, but that's no excuse. We've got to catch pop-ups in the infield. So Burlingame leads off first. Strike 1. This is Dave Murphy, the center fielder. Curveball a little outside. For Ross to be effective, he has to get the curveball over. He probably has the best curveball on the team. It's his out pitch. There's a swung on and miss. Strike 2.
1-2.
There's a ground ball to first. Sean looked a little dazed and confused on that
we
one.
got to know where we're going with the ball, Frank. That's an easy play right there to second base. You had the runner coming in behind you.
Yep.
I mean, second base, Tommy Chaney or, no, I'm sorry. Greeley was that shortstop, was that second base?
Yep, and I think Sean could have made it to first, too.
Yep.
Well, we dig ourselves another hole. Outside, ball 1. So 2 plays that should have been made were not.
Yeah, we should have 2 outs right now.
And now we have 2 balls on the hitter.
No strike.
I have 3 balls. Who's this hitter, Ken?
Right here we have
Rob Felice?
Yep.
Rob Felice. What position is he playing?
He's left field.
He's a left fielder. Rob Felice. Strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Swung on and fouled back.
Oh, got a little help there.
Swung on and missed strike 3. That's a big out right there.
I'd have come back 2 down, 3 balls, and brought him all the way back.
Yep. He seems to have a little jump on his fastball today. Okay.
This is John McNeese.
John McNeese, the catcher.
The catcher. I believe is a freshman.
John's a freshman, they
Yep.
told us before the game.
Yep.
Good for him. Nice play by Maddie. Nice play by Maddie. And that was a lot closer because the runner didn't slide back. 2 outs. 1 ball. Runners lead. Another ball in the dirt dug out by Maddie Morshed. Ross is going to have to come back again. And he does. Ball on the outside part of the plate for strike 1.
This kid here at bat, Frank, looks like a young Pat Kelly.
Yeah,
Doesn't he?
he does. He does. Well, he's worked the count to 3-1. We can't continue to do this. There's one down the middle. Runners lead. Strike 3. Right down the middle. Nice pitch. 2 outs. And this is the DH, Kevin Moritz. Little high. Two balls, no strikes. Well, we got another nice day anyway, Kenny. Little chilly, but
Yeah, I'll take the sun though, Frank.
Yeah.
You know, the last game we were out here, it was kind of chilly.
yeah, it was very.
This ain't bad at all.
Nope.
I guess we got to take them to 3-0 again, huh? Then bring them all the way back.
I think so.
There you go.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 on. There's a line drive out to Giardino, and it's that was odd. It looked like Phil wore out to the left, and the ball kind of fell in front of him instead of coming in. He took a kind of a strange angle, but I can't tell. And we're not going to have any replays today, I guess, folks. So. Anyway, it's a line drive base hit, and an RBI, scores 5-1. And we got the leadoff batter. What's this fellow's name again? The leadoff batter.
This is Callahan.
Callahan. Well, it's an unearned run, but it's a run. Two balls. Must have been a little outside. Now we're high and away, 3-0 again. There's a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. Runners on first and third. 2 outs. And we've got ball 4. Ross has had some consistency problems this spring. And I think the consistency comes from not getting his fastball over. He seems to have more control with his curve. And he's pitching behind for the last 4 hitters.
This batter here is White. He's your second baseman.
And he takes the first pitch outside. Ross is now going to pitch from a full windup. And now he's low. I don't think I've seen a pitcher for Foxborough get a 1-2-3 inning in a long time. There's a strike. I don't think we had any yesterday. We didn't have any 1-2-3s yesterday either, did we?
Not that I can remember, Frank.
No. Well, runners lead. And we're up. We're up. 3 balls, 1 strike. No room for error here. There's a pop fly foul. Full count. Well, the runners will be moving now. There's a line. Ball hit the fill in center. And we get out of it. But it looked like Ross threw a lot of pitches in that inning.
Yeah, he took the count to 3-1 or 3-0 there, I believe, on 4 batters there, Frank.
Yep.
And you had your 2 errors, which made it an inning.
Yep, absolutely. And one of the things that we've noticed that over the course of the season is that Foxborough's infield play leaves a lot to be desired. We've made several errors at several positions, and a lot of them at inopportune times. And there's no excuse for it. I mean,
no, we have yet to find a groove in the infield.
No.
Yep, it's just not happening. I mean, you'd like to be a pitcher on the mound and have that comfortable feeling that you got a good defense behind you, which, I mean, we do have a good defense, but put that defense together and make it groove together.
Yeah,
we have yet to do that.
We've been very, very inconsistent with the infield play. And to be honest with you, we've been inconsistent at catcher too. We've made some mistakes there, and I'm not trying to pick out anybody in general or anybody specifically, but we just haven't played well in the infield at all.
Yep.
And we haven't gotten the best of pitching, and it results in an 8-6 record. And this is a team that we thought, all of us in this baseball community, thought was going to probably be at the first 14 games would be about 12-2, something along those lines. And it just hasn't materialized.
No, you're absolutely right, Frank. Like you say, everybody had the same feelings that you do.
Yeah.
About what this team has here and what they could do. We haven't clicked yet.
No.
And we can't wait too much longer.
No. Well, here's Phil Giardino. And he takes
That's
ball.
a blazing 55 miles per hour pitch right there, Frank. That's moving.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think the kids can believe what they're seeing here. Low, ball 2. Three balls. Phil's got the count his way. If he gets the green light here, he's going to come right out of his shoes.
I sure hope he gets it.
Well, what he gets is ball 4. Giardino draws a walk. And coming up to the plate is Ryan Morshed. Singled his first time up.
No, Frank, I know it's early in the game. We're up 5-1. You got a pitcher that's throwing the ball, I'm going to say probably 57, 58 miles per hour.
Oh, yeah.
3-0 count, second batter in the lineup. Give him the green light. Let him swing the bat. You want this team to start hitting all together. We need to hit.
You're absolutely right. There's a throw to first. Giardino back. Well, we had a 4-0 lead against North Attleboro the other day. There's Giardino stealing, and the catcher bounces 2 hops to second base. Phil gets the stolen base. And that was a strike. There's another line drive base hit by Morshed. Giardino's going to round third. He's going to hold up. Ryan Morshed has his second hit. And now coming to the plate is Matthew Morshed, the catcher. As we were talking about with the Foxborough baseball team, it just doesn't seem like any lead we have is safe, Kenny.
It hasn't been yet, Frank. No, we haven't totally dominated and blown a team away and not let them back in it.
Right. Well, we've got Ryan Morshed over at first base, Phil Giardino at third, Matt Morshed at the plate. And there's a ground ball to third, dropped.
Wow.
Matt's at first. I'm thinking that's Mr. Bell's third error in the second inning. And the bases are loaded. To the plate comes Tim Chaney. This doesn't look like the first Canton team we played.
Yeah, see, I didn't get to see them play at all, Frank. No.
They hit the ball hard. They pitched very well. I think they beat us 8-3. Or 8-2. I think everything they did was opportune.
Yeah.
They took advantage of every mistake we made, and we made many.
I tell you, I'm real curious to see who he brings in for a pitcher. And if this kid doesn't make it,
right?
You know,
I know it.
I mean, there's got to be something better than that on the bench.
Well, he's got 3-0 right now, and here comes Coach Healy. This is Tom Healy, coached many years for the Canton Bulldogs. I think we're going to get somebody loosening up now for Canton, Kenny. I think Coach Healy's just trying to get innings. I think if he has a number 2 pitcher and they haven't played twice this week, I'd like to know where he is.
Yeah, I know it. Like you said, we don't know how many games they played already this week.
No. You got to figure they've at least played one.
Yeah. I mean, even if you go to your JV level, Frank, there's got to be a kid somewhere in that organization that can throw the ball.
Right.
A lot better than this kid is right here.
Well, Timmy Chaney walks. And Phil Giardino scores his second run. Ryan Morshed moves to third. Matt Morshed moves to second. And to the plate, Ricky Carchidi, who struck out his first time up. Six to 1. Low and inside. This young man seems to be aiming the ball instead of throwing it. Low and outside, ball 2. There's a ground ball to short, right through his legs, and 2 runs are going to score. Well, Ryan Morshed scores.
I think somebody forgot to hand the gloves out before the game, Frank.
I think you're right. Matt Morshed scores. Timmy Chaney goes to second. And I think that's Canton's third or fourth error. I lost track already, and it's the second inning. Here comes Brendan Greeley. Got a base hit the first time up. Runners move up on the wild pitch.
He was hit by the pitch there, Frank. Greeley was.
He was.
Yep.
I missed it. I'm sorry.
He didn't want to admit to it because he wanted to hit, but he didn't get hit.
Yep. So bases are loaded again. We got Brendan Greeley at first, Ricky Carchidi at second, Timmy Chaney over at third, and Tom Fitzmaurice to the plate. Tommy got his single his first time up. And quickly, we've got 2 balls on the batter. Tommy Chaney on deck. There's a pop. Foul. a little chilly out here, isn't it?
Yes, it's cooling off now.
Yep.
The sun's a little lower in the sky. It's
Yep.
real cool. And with the pace of this game right now, the sun will be well down before this one's over.
Yeah. There's a strike. 2-2.
You can't say you don't have plenty of time to look it over.
That's a fact. That's a fact. There's a pop-up. Out of play over the fence. Count remains 2-2. We got nobody out. There's a ground ball in the hole. And 2 more runs are going to score.
Nobody covering third.
Nobody's covering third. And Coach Healy's coming to the mound, and I think that's the end of Smoiler.
Yep, I believe so. We're going to plug that hole over there between third and short.
Yeah, that's the place to go right now. So Brendan Greeley's over to third base. And Fitzmaurice has his second hit. Tommy Chaney's coming to the plate. Yesterday's game was a long game, especially the first couple innings, and I hope we're not going to see the same thing today, but it looks like we're going to.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday, it wasn't because we were hitting the ball and they were hitting the ball. It was more or less because, the Rentham pitcher just, everything he did was just slow.
Oh.
Slowed the whole pace of the game down.
Yeah, methodically tedious. I don't, whatever word you want to use. It really was not a good thing.
No, when you have a runner on second base, the Rentham pitcher, he checks him 3 times before he delivers to the plate, you know you're in for a long game.
Exactly. I'm not sure who this young gentleman is here pitching, but he's got a little bit more pop on the ball than the last fella.
Field box seats? Yes. Pay a lot of money for those?
As we said earlier, Canton's record is 3-9, and I'm going to guess the 3 wins they have are probably produced by the left-handed Greg Lyons. And I think after we see him not pitch, then I think we're in pretty good shape.
Yeah. Downhill after that quite a bit.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
Well, Tommy Chaney got out on an error by the third baseman his first time up. And although
Frank, we got the field in great condition today, huh?
yeah, they did
a nice job on it.
They did a wonderful job on the field today. They cut it in a kind of a unique pattern, and the grass is nice and plush and green, as it should be. But we've talked before about the recreation department and the tree and park department. What a nice job they do with a very limited staff, and this is evidence right here. Anyway, here comes Tommy Chaney to the plate. Tommy's our second baseman. We've got first and third. They take leads. Here comes the first pitch, and there's a pop up to shortstop, and watch the wind blow this one. Oh. Wow, I thought that was going to short and ended up at first.
I believe the shortstop called it, Frank.
Yep.
He just gave up on it, and the first baseman just had to wait for it to come to him.
And that was a nice play by Lyons at first base to catch that ball, because that ball looked like a very tricky. Once the ball gets above the trees here, it's going to be an adventure. The wind is blowing very strongly above. But we don't have a flag in center field to see the wind, but the wind is blowing very strongly here. Here's Ross Jaffoon for his third time up. He pops up.
Never get it.
That's going to be in the trees, I think. Yep.
Well,
no, it wasn't in the trees.
Nope. It's just on the inside edge of the fence.
It was in play, and they couldn't make the play. I don't know what else to say. They couldn't make the play. Wow. The shortstop had the ball, seemed like he had it in time. I couldn't tell. I didn't know if it was.
He was just trying to get the ball from the glove to the hand just to flip to the second base and never got control of it.
Never got control, so Ross is safe at first. Fitzmaurice is safe at second. There's a run batted in for Ross. It's a line drive by Phil Giardino, foul. Right now, in the second inning, the score is 11. No, let me see. 11-1. There's the pitch to Phil in the outside corner. Strike two. Jaffoon at first. Fitzmaurice at second. There's a line drive by Giardino to center, and that's caught by the center fielder. And out of the plate, Ryan Morshed. Ryan's got a couple of hits already. No, I'm sorry. Pinch hitting for Ryan Morshed, excuse me, will be Mike Swanton. So Ryan's done for the day, and Mike Swanton comes in for his first at bat in 3 games. He didn't bat yesterday when he pitched. Jaffoon leads off first, Fitzmaurice off second. There's a strike on the outside part of the plate. Little outside.
Are you comfortable with this lead yet, Fred?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
I'm getting there.
Right.
I think we need about 4 more.
Okay.
Of course, we have 5 innings to play.
Yep.
There's a pop up to the third baseman again, and he caught it. Okay. So the score at the end of 2 full innings of play: the Foxborough Warriors 11 and the Canton Bulldogs 1. I think we were talking last game about the fact that once we get into a blowout situation, it's boring and old and tedious, and well, we're here. But you know what? Sometimes this doesn't translate well for us, and Ross has got to bear down here to keep some concentration on these guys, because our heads are going to wander.
Yeah, I mean, let's work on that part of the game right now. You know, you're up 11-1. Let's work on that part, is making the plays in the field, getting the pitcher in the groove so we can go back in and hit again.
Exactly.
I think the more we hit, the better we're going to be coming down the stretch here, Frank. We got to hit the baseball.
Right. And if we're lucky enough to translate this barrage, for lack of a better word, into a win, then we're going to be sitting with a record of 9-6. I hope I just didn't blow things right there by saying that, but
you know, I'll let you know.
yeah, I know that. I know that. I know everybody else will too. But that would leave us at 9-6. Obviously, we need 10 or half of our wins, or half of our games wins, to be in the tournament. But I know you and I were expecting way much more from this team, and maybe we're going to see it later on. We still have some time. We still have a quarter of the season left after today, and next week's going to be a big telling tale. We play Franklin on Monday, and they're the #1 team and seated in the top, or situated in the top 20 in the Boston Globe poll. So we beat them the first time. We'll see how good we are as the season wears on here. Greg Lyons to the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Greg's headed, as we said, to UMass Amherst, play baseball up there. Two balls, 1 strike. There's a ground ball to Sullivan at first. Big hop. Lyons runs about 1/3 of the way down the field, or down the first base line, and there's 1 out. Well, that's a good start.
Yep, it's a good start to that inning. This here is Chris Bell. He's your 3rd baseman.
Yep. Wind is blowing in strong. High inside, ball 1. Little low, ball 2. Outside, ball 3. We've got to get ahead of the hitters. We've got to get the first pitch strike in there. And then we can start to pitch. Low and outside, ball 4. Bell draws a walk. What's this gentleman's name, Kenny?
Right here is Mike. What did you say before? Burlingame?
Oh, Burlingame, yep.
Burlingame.
I think he reached on an error his first time, didn't he?
Yes, we did. We got an E5.
Yep. Well, Ross has thrown 5 balls in a row as Bell leads off. Make that 6.
I don't know where they come up with these names, Frank, with the Q's and the Z's in them. You know, they work my head. Oh, ball 3. Ross has thrown 7 straight balls here. There's 1 on the outside corner, strike 1. We use a double play. Low, outside, ball 4. How many walks is that, Kenny?
1 out.
That's the 4th one right there, Frank.
That's the 4th walk.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, Canton's got runners on 1st and 2nd.
This here is Dave Murphy, your center fielder.
Okay. Ross throws a curve for a strike. I think that's one of the few curves he's thrown so far.
Plus, I think the Tri-Valley's a little bit.
And for him to be effective, he's got to throw that for a strike. There's a strike 2. And I'm thinking Mr. Murphy's going to see that curve again. And he did, but it's high. And again.
You got it coming one more time, huh?
I think he's going to throw it
Okay.
again. And he's high
Yeah.
again. Okay. I'd throw it again. Foul ball, strike, fastball. There's a curve for strike 3. Nice pitch. Big out for Ross right there.
I guess the batter didn't see enough of them, Frank, right there, huh?
Yeah.
Gee. This is Rob Felice. He's the left field.
Well, we've got 2 outs now. Let's throw some strikes here. Line drive single to center field on the fastball. And Canton's got bases loaded again.
This is John McNeese. This is your catcher.
Yep. I think we got him on strikes with a 3-0 count last time. I think he came back and got him.
Yeah, Kay looking.
He's the young freshman catcher. High and inside, ball 1. Come on, Ross, get it back here. All 3 Canton runners lead. There's a pop-up, going to be into the weeds, I think. Yep, off the tree.
Frank, do you know what Franklin's record is in the league? Any chance?
I don't know what it's in the league. I know that they've lost, at least to us, but I know they've lost 2 games. The last time I saw their record on Monday, it was 9-2.
You know, I don't want to think ahead too soon, but you know, I'd really like to see it being up 11-1 here. It's a little early yet, but you know, maybe pull Ross out.
Yeah.
Have him for Monday for a few innings.
Sure. I think everybody should be ready for Monday.
Yeah.
It's a game we desperately need to win, if not for anything but for our psyche. If it'll get us back in the race for the league championship, but it looked like he leaned right over the plate on that, didn't he? He leaned right over the plate, and I think that's the discussion we're going to have. He's going to first base anyway. He leaned right into that pitch and took that right off the head. Matter of fact, it looked like a strike.
Yeah.
I want to. We can't see it again. Oh, that's going to be worth some discussion here. The umpire isn't going to discuss it with Ross. Told him to go back to the mound. Coach Kaiser's not going to win this. He leaned right into that pitch. Leaned right into that. It looked just like a strike.
Yeah. We haven't won one of them yet, have we?
No, I don't think so. I don't think we're going to either. Wow. That was a 2-2 strike. Strike 1. Strike 2. Gets the curveball in. Bases are still loaded. Strike 3. Nice curve. Okay, the score at the end of 2.5 innings, Kenny. It's 11-2. 11-2. And as Foxborough comes to the plate, Matt Morshed will be leading off, followed by Tim Chaney and Rick Carchidi. Who do we bring in? Who do we bring in for Ross that hasn't pitched?
For Ross that hasn't pitched, you know who I'd like to see with 11-2 lead, Frank? Maybe let Ross go one more inning.
Yeah.
I'd like to see maybe Sully come in.
Sully
hasn't pitched in a while.
We got Tommy Fitzmaurice probably could pitch a little bit.
Yeah.
Timmy pitched 3 yesterday. Swanton pitched 4. Timmy Chaney pitched 3.
I mean, I don't know who's scheduled as of
Well,
right
actually,
now for Monday. I don't know.
I'm wrong about Fitzmaurice. We can't pitch him. He pitched 5 innings the other day, I believe, on Monday, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe Brendan Greeley, perhaps. I'll tell you who I'd like to see is I'd like to see Kenny Goodwin pitch.
I'm not so sure we'll see that, Frank.
Well, whether we do or we don't, I know he has the capability to pitch because he pitched last summer for us in the Diamond League and did a great job. Threw the ball very hard. I don't think you can still hear me though, can you? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I mean, you can hear me if
Yes.
you can,
Yep.
but not through the microphone, though, right?
No, I can't. No.
Yeah, because I can barely hear myself. Okay, here's Matty Morshed. Inside corner, strike one. There's a ground ball down the line, and it's going to stay fair. Stayed
Yes,
fair.
it does.
Like the chalk held it up.
Good little camera angle there from the old cameraman behind the plate. Right on top of things back there, Cheney. I can read the name of the ball.
Okay, speaking of Cheney, here comes Timmy Cheney. That ball's back to the backstop. It bounces back to the catcher quickly, and no advance.
Ball hit.
Geez, with Matt's speed, I don't know why he wasn't on sucker. Huh?
Don't take that personal, Matt.
No.
Up and in, ball two. I think we've got some, I think Sean Sullivan's loosening up over there. Nice stop by Lyons at first. That ball was in the dirt. Ground ball to short. One out at second. No return throw to first. And Matt Morshed is retired. One out. There's Ricky Carchidi.
Oh, I don't know, Frank. It's gonna be held up.
Wind is, look at the wind knock that ball
just
down.
knocked it down.
Wow. Ricky hit that ball hard, but boy,
Yes,
that,
he did. He got it. Yep.
that ball blew in 20
Yes,
feet.
it did. Yeah, he caught all that one.
Which really means that you're going to have to kill the ball to get it out of here today. Here's Brendan Greeley. Swung on and missed, strike one. Inside. 1-1. Timmy Cheney leads off first. Outside corner, strike two. I apologize here. I don't know this gentleman who's pitching. I don't know his name. Maybe we can find out. Maybe somebody can help us out a little bit. There's a ground ball to short. Long throw. In time by one step. Greeley's retired, as are the Warriors. So the score, after 4 full innings. Three full innings, Kenny. Is it three?
Yes.
Three. What am I saying?
Yeah, we're top of 4 right here.
3, yeah. I didn't scratch out the top of my inning because we batted around again.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Okay, Ross is out here for the top of the fourth, and I'm figuring the same thing you're figuring. I don't think he's going to go much longer than this inning right here.
Like you were saying, Sully did loosen up in between innings. So.
Yep. I think this might be Ross's last inning. And like you said, why burn him now? We need everybody for Monday.
Yep, you're right. Yep.
Okay, leading off, number 20.
Okay, I'm sorry, Frank. I'm just checking on what's going on around me here. This lead off again. This is Callahan right here.
Callahan, the lead off batter.
Playing right field.
Little low. Low and inside. Ball 2. Low, ball 3. You know, it's funny. I notice a change in Ross's delivery that I haven't seen this year. In ball 4, he's coming more overhand than he ever did, and he was much more effective when he dropped down a little bit 3/4. I don't know if that's affecting his rhythm or whatever, but it's not the same as it was. It seems like he has a little hitch in his delivery. But needless to say, we've got a runner on first base, and we got some work to do again. Inside.
His hair is white. He's the second baseman. Right now, he's 1 for 2.
Ball 2. Well, Russ has thrown 6 balls in a row. And he doesn't even look like he's close to the plate. And now he's up. And there's 4 in a row again. So there's 8 in a row.
Frank, but I think it would be a good time for a little talk, a little conference, you know, settle him down, see if we can get him back in the groove.
Well, this is not a good time to throw straight fastballs right here. Oh, 9 in a row. I don't know where that one was, but
no, I didn't see that on camera. No. Matty didn't have to move his glove.
No. Now the runners lead, and now we throw a curve, and that's low and inside, so that's 10 in a row. There's a ground ball, base hit. Runner stays at third. There's a base hit for Greg Lyons, and the bases are loaded. Nobody out.
Now up is Chris Bell, third baseman.
Well, we're working from a full windup now. We're going to have to get some curveballs over for strikes right here. There's a strike, fastball. Base runners lead off. There's a curve, base hit to left center. 1 run in. Eleven to 3. Nobody out. I can see Ross is disgusted with himself. Swung on and missed. Who's the batter here, Kenny?
That name again, Frank.
Oh, Burlingame?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see if we could dig through this here. There's a ground ball to third. Throw to second for one. Fourth run scores. We hesitated at third base. I think if we didn't hesitate, we might have had two.
You know, Frank, it's another situation. You're playing on the infield. You got to know where the ball's going before it even comes to you. You got to know every situation, whether it's a hard ground or slow ground. You got to think of those things. You can't make the decision why the guy's running down to first base.
No, you can't. And just like you said, you have to know where you're going to go with the balls if it's hit to you. There was a lot of hesitation on Tom Fitzmaurice's part right there. And as they say, he who hesitates is lost, and he was lost. We did get one. They've scored 2 runs in this inning, so it's 11-4. Men on first and third.
This is Dave Murphy, I believe, still. Yep.
There's a fly ball into right center, and that's going to fall. Wow. That's 11-5. That ball fell in front of Matt DeGeorge.
And you're telling me we're not going to have a conference after this, huh, Frank?
Well,
You're telling me we're not gonna, nobody's going to go out and talk to this pitcher right here and settle him down a little bit, huh?
I guess
Okay.
not. I guess not. Curve in for a strike. This is not good. We've turned a blowout into a game. Strike 2 and a curveball. Canton has runners at first and second with 1 out. And swung out and missed for strike 3.
Nice job coming back right there.
That's a huge out.
Yep. This is John McNoyce, you catcher.
Ross is shaking his head out there as if he doesn't know where the ball's going. And there's a high curve. Finally.
There you go.
Say hi. Matt's trying to get his point across. Let's see if we can get out of this inning. There's a ground ball to short. Over to first, and we got 3 outs. Well, we've got a ball game here. Score at the end of 3.5 innings of play. It's Foxborough 11 and Canton 5. Well, the bases on balls always come back to kill you. It seems like it's a ritual.
Yeah, I agree with the word ritual, Frank. Something we always just like to do, I guess. Well,
we better watch ourselves because this is not going to be fun if we lose this game with an 11-2 lead.
Yep.
Well, leading off for the Foxborough Warriors, third baseman Tom Fitzmaurice. Tommy's got a couple of hits already today. we have somebody warming up over there, Kenny? I'm not sure. I don't see anybody.
No, as of right now, I don't, Frank.
Why, I don't know, but we don't. There's a ground ball to third.
Oh, look out.
Over the first baseman's head, Fitzmaurice is down to second, standing up. And I think that's Mr. Bell's fourth error of the game at third base.
Oh, yeah. It almost took out our first base camera guy. You all right over there, James?
Coming up right now is Tommy Chaney. And it looks like we got a pinch hitter on deck for Ross. I'm not sure who that is.
I believe that's Mike O'Neill.
Mike O'Neill. Okay. So Ross will be done for the day, and it looks like Sean Sullivan will be coming in. I see him warming up in the back of the bench. Fitzmaurice leads off second. There's the ball back to the screen. No advancement. There's a ball in the hole.
I got third if it goes.
Nice play by the shortstop. However, came up short, and Tommy beats that out for a base hit. Fitzmaurice stays at second base.
Coach O'Neill. O'Neill. Yes, sir.
Okay. Mike O'Neill's batting for Ross Jaffoon. Foxborough's runners on first and second. Nobody out. Mike takes the ball inside. There's a ground ball. Slowly hit the shortstop. Mike is thrown out at first. Fitzmaurice advances to third. Tommy Chaney advances to second. And there's one out. Up to the plate comes Phil Giardino. I hate to say this, Kenny, but I think we need these 2 runs.
Yeah, Frank, they did tighten it up last inning a little bit. A couple more right here would spread us out a little bit more.
In the dirt, 2 balls. Swung on and missed. Phil flied out to center field his last time up. Has a walk and a base hit. Foul ball. Nice play by the shortstop. I think he thought the ball was hit a little further than it was. Took it on a short hop. Phil's on first base with a single. Bases are loaded. Here's Mike Swan. Ground ball to second base. Over to first. Just beat it. Just beat it.
Nice stop by the second baseman, Frank. They almost had that, a little shy on the 2.
Yep. Well, we got to run though, Kenny, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
2 outs. Matty Morshut's coming up now. That was a very nice play by the second baseman right there. He made a nice diving stop to his right. Ball into the dirt. Swanton advances to second base, but Tommy's got to stay at third. That's the problem with the backstop. If the pitch goes directly to the behind the catcher, it comes right back to the catcher. Boy, it's an adventure when it goes to the right or left.
Yeah. And you go over that eastern field, and it's probably a quarter of a mile behind you.
Oh,
You can probably take 2 most of the time.
That's Frothingham Park. Kenny's talking about. That's very tough. There's a ground ball to third. And Mr. Ball made a play. Matt's out 5-3. Well, I think we have some substitutions. Sean Sullivan's in for Ross pitching. Kenny Goodwin's in at second base for Tommy Chaney. Tom Fitzmaurice has moved over from third to first, and Mike O'Neill has moved into third. I'm sorry, Kenny Goodwin is not going to second. He's going to right field. Going to second base. Looks like Matt DeGeorge. So Matt DeGeorge goes from right field to second base. It's going to take me about an hour and a half to get that all squared away.
I get the tough names, and you get all the substitutions.
Yeah. You want the tough names? I'll take the tough names. I've got to change about nine boxes here. And I don't even know where they're going in the order. I'm assuming Sullivan's staying in his own order.
Yeah, he'd be in his own spot.
And Matt DeGeorge went in for Timmy Chaney last inning, right?
No, that was Kenny out there last inning.
It was?
Yeah, Matt. This is his first time in the field, I believe, right here.
I'm sorry.
So he's in.
Okay, so Kenny's in for Timmy.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
And you got DeGeorge in for Tommy Chaney.
DeGeorge's in for Tommy Chaney. Sullivan moves to pitcher.
And O'Neill.
Fitzmaurice moves to first. O'Neill moves into third, and that's enough.
Okay.
I think we've cleared the bench all but maybe Nick Plasmati. And I don't know if Nick Plasmati's over there. And I think this is Sean Sullivan's second appearance, if I'm not mistaken, this year. I think he had an early one, but hasn't seen any action pitching since the first couple of games, perhaps.
This is Canton's DH, Kevin Moritz.
Okay. So the score's 12-5, and Sean Sullivan in for Ross Jaffoon pitching. And there's a pop foul out of play. I think that hit the base.
Yep.
That hit the base. That hit the base. It hopped about 14 feet in the air. Ricky Carchidi made a nice hustling play to get over there to hold it to a single. excuse me, hold him to a single. And Canton is starting right off where they left off.
Yep.
And there's the leadoff hitter. Is this Callahan?
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, they're on the ball, Frank. When it's thrown for a strike, they're hitting.
Yep. Low and inside, ball one. We have to get outs. Ground foul. What a horrible thing it would be if we lost this game.
Let's not go there yet. Okay. Let's not go there yet.
Oh. And I was so happy against North Attleboro too. I said, boy, we're going to break out of it. There's a ground ball to Matt. Throws the ball wide, it looks like, to Brendan Greeley. And we got runners on first and second. I think that the opportune throw there, or the best throw there was the first.
Yeah, just because of the angle of the runner too. You know, he was thrown from behind the runner.
Exactly.
Yep. Much more time here first. This here is White. He's your second baseman.
And he's hit by the pitch.
Hit in the back.
Okay, we've got bases loaded again with nobody out.
And things are going real well.
Wow. This is beyond me how this team can't stand prosperity. And I have to be perfectly honest with you. Other than Brendan Greeley, who hasn't pitched this year, I don't know who else comes in. And now one of the better hitters in the league, Greg Lyons, is up with the bases loaded. And there's a ground ball back to Sullivan. Looked like it was off his leg.
Yep.
And thank goodness for that, because that would have gone through. And we've got one out. Canton scores a run on the play, so it's now 12-6. Coming to the plate is Bell, the third baseman.
Bell right now is 1 for 2.
Canton has runners on second and third. Sullivan into the windup. Throws a strike. Excuse me. Come on, Sean. There's a ball hit the right field. Kenny Goodwin makes the catch, and it looked like the ball almost came out of his glove, but he hung on. That's a tough sun out there in right field, folks, if you've ever been over to the high school field. He looked like he was dodging, trying to get under it, and he made the play, which is all we care about. But why the Canton runner didn't advance from home to the plate is beyond me. There's a ball on the ground. Nice stop by Matt Morshed.
This is your shortstop, running home.
There's one back to the screen.
Get it to him.
He got him. He got him. Good hustle play by Matt Morshed and Sean Sullivan, who got to the plate quickly enough to put the tag on the runner. So after 4.5 innings of play, and many errors and walks and hits later, Foxborough 12, Canton 6. Due up for the Warriors, Kenny Goodwin, Ricky Carchidi, and Brendan Greeley. Well, we finally got the pitcher's name for Canton. His name is John Driscoll. Here's Kenny Goodwin. Fouled off. Driscoll's been in since the second inning, Kenny, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, there's a ball hit deep to center field. And the wind holds it up. Boy, I'll tell you. Kenny's about as frustrated as he can be right now. He hit that ball right on the screws, and the wind just killed it. Here's Ricky Carchidi.
Oh, little bleeder. No, hold on to it.
Wow. And Ricky gets a base hit. Kenny hits the ball 370 feet and gets an out. Ricky hits the ball 90 feet and gets a hit.
Yep.
How do you figure this game? Here's Brendan Greeley. Ricky takes his lead. Driscoll gets the first one in for a strike.
Guess we're all done running here, Frank, I guess?
Oh, boy, I hope not. I hope not. There's one up. Once you lose your aggressiveness, stick a fork in you because you're done. Ground ball to third. Throw to second for one. Relay back to first against the fence. Greeley, however, does not advance, but Carchidi is out at second base. Now here's Tommy Fitzmaurice. Tommy's 2 for 3 today. Been on base 3 times. Takes the first ball on the inside, first pitch on the inside corner for a strike. Driscoll checks Greeley. Greeley leads. There's one going back to the screen. No advancement.
I don't know, Frank. I'm missing something here. I'm just not understanding this at all. Why have we stopped running the bases?
I have no idea. That's
I mean, it's 12-6, the 5th inning.
yeah, and we should be trying to get as many as we can because we know we can't hold the lead. Ooh, there's one who did hit a car.
A little dinger.
Two balls, 2 strikes on Fitzmaurice. Really takes his lead. There's another base hit for Tom Fitzmaurice.
Big on fire.
He got a big smile on his face. He's saying, I just hit the ball off my hands. I got my 3rd hit.
Yeah.
I'm a happy guy.
George.
Really advances to second base, and now we're going back to Matt DeGeorge is batting for O'Neill. Did I get the no? I'm sorry, Matt DeGeorge batting for Tommy Chaney. Ninth in the order. Swung on a miss for strike 1. If I'm not mistaken, this is Matt DeGeorge's first at bat of the season. Strikes on DeGeorge. There's strike 3. Okay, score at the end of 5 innings. Foxborough 12, Canton 6. And the Foxborough players are all walking out to their positions as if they have 35 runs. It's disheartening, I'm telling you. Honestly, I have to be honest with you. It's just disheartening. They're not being aggressive, and they're not hustling. They're not playing good defense. They're not getting great pitching. But yet, if we win this game, we're going to be 9-6. And I think they're doing it all just on natural ability.
Boy, I'd like to see it if you put it all together, huh?
Yeah. Well, Sean Sullivan's going to go to work again here. Let's see if we can keep Canton off the scoreboard.
Mike Grilling home, shortstop.
Fouled off. It's a 48-foot fastball handled by Moorshed. Let's see if we can go around this field here because we have had some changes. Matty Moorshed's still catching. Sullivan goes into the delivery. Swung on and missed. You got Mike O'Neill at third base, Brendan Greeley at shortstop, Matt DeGeorge at second base, and Tom Fitzmaurice at first base. We got Ricky Carchidi in left, Phil Giardino in center, and we got Kenny Goodwin out in right. There's a high curve ball. Counts 2-2. Mike Burlingame, the hitter. There's a base hit to left field.
It's a nice swing, wasn't it, Frank?
Yep.
Got a nice shot of that right there. From
Yep.
the side.
Yep. We just can't seem to get the first hitter out, can we?
Nope. Like to make it interesting every inning. I believe this is right here is Dave Murphy, center fielder.
In the dirt. Burlingame leads off first base. Sullivan into the delivery. Another one in the dirt. Sean looks like he got some dirt in his face. Trying to shake it off. I hope that's all it is. Unless he hurt his shoulder. And I think he did.
Yeah.
I think he did. Sean's in obvious pain right here. He heads to the bench. And he's not too happy. I think he hurt his arm, Kenny.
Yeah, at first, Frank, like you said, I thought it was because maybe dirt come out of his cleat into his eye, but after that, he could see it was
Well, he
obvious pain.
he was shaking his head as if to get the dirt
Right.
out, but then he held his arm, and now we're going to see perhaps our only pitcher left, and that's Brendan Greeley. I think Mike Swan's going to go in and play shortstop for Greeley. This scorebook's going to look great in the morning, isn't it? Ooh. Wow. You truly can't tell the players without the scorecard today.
Or with the scorecard, yeah.
Yeah, or with the scorecard, exactly, Mike.
Just to let you know what I'm doing, because I'm empty.
Yeah, Mike Swanton is going into shortstop, and we're going to see Brendan Greeley for the first time this season. And under different circumstances, I'd be happy to see him, but this is our third pitcher for the day. Brendan looks like a pitcher.
Yeah, Brendan's pitched, you know, all the way up through Little League.
About 6'1".
Yep.
About 6'1", maybe 180 pounds. Looks like he throws the ball pretty well. Yeah, you've coached him, and I'm sure you've seen him many, many times. It looks like he throws the ball very well. I think Sean Sullivan hurt his arm, and I'm not. Is he?
Yeah, the trainer's with him right now.
The trainer's
Yeah.
with him. Yeah, I can't tell, folks. I have the sun in my face here, so it's tough to see the bench. But if you get a camera angle over there, see if they're working on him. No. Okay. I gotcha. Stay away from the bench. Stay away from the injuries. Sorry. Stay away from the bench too. Mike Weber just told me that the MIA rules say we can't pan the bench due to injuries or for injuries. So can't just go near the injured player. You can pan the bench. I'll get it right, Mike. I'm just.
I'm glad you brought up you were talking to him, Frank, because it sounded like you were talking to nobody.
Yeah, that's probably the case all the time. It's definitely the case in my house. Well, here comes Greeley. And he gets the first pitch over. That's nice to see. Looks like he throws the ball very well, this young man. And I'm sure he does. And there's a ground ball to first. And we've thrown the ball away. I'm not sure if the play wasn't to touch first base first. But anyway, ground ball to Tom Fitzmaurice. Threw the ball to Mike Swanton. I wasn't sure whether Mike could catch the ball, but it looked like it was a little low, and he couldn't come up with it, so everybody's safe. It gets more bizarre by the minute. I think Tommy's first play might have been to step on first base.
Yeah, he was so close to it, Frank. It was right there. You know,
Yep.
take that.
Yep.
I mean, especially, you know, you're up 12-6. Get that short out right in front of you.
Let's get the outs. There's a strike.
This is Rob Feliz, your left fielder.
There's nobody out, Kenny, right? Nobody out?
Nope.
Little sidearm delivery right there.
This is going to be trouble. Nice play.
Brendan covered.
Nice
Did the
play.
right thing. Tom threw the ball. Tom Fitzmaurice threw the ball over to Brendan. And they got another run. So it's 12-7. With a runner on second base, but we now have an out, which is a good thing.
I apologize for this, Frank. I don't have this guy's name. He's just stepped in to hit for their catcher.
Yep. I don't know.
I couldn't tell you. We don't have that messenger running back and forth.
I know it.
Giving us names.
Brendan gets the first pitch over. All he has to do is throw strikes. 1-1. I like the way he comes down to the side there too.
Okay, I'll do that. This is number 22 batting right here, if I can.
There's a strike on the outside corner. Outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This is one of the most